Hey there, Internet. This is Ingulit again, and this is the second of what will now officially become a new video blog series. I'm going to be calling it Ingulit's Video Cookbook, after the blog that I've been writing for a long time now. And so, at the end of my last video, you guys saw it, I had a little issue with my launcher. String, which I've got over here, it just sort of came out of the launcher clean. I still don't totally understand why that happened. Completely separated. And it's just not exactly well, it's not a very good working order. So today I decided that I'm going to spend a video talking about how to fix launchers, because there's some tricks that a lot of people might not know that can really make your launch with a Beyblade launcher a lot stronger. And also going to just discuss like the kind of stuff that I use for keeping my Beyblades in working order, or repairing stuff, or just testing and all that. And also want to go over how I keep everything organized. So there should be some pretty nifty stuff in here. So let's get started. First off, I'm going to show how I keep everything together. And I sort of showed these in my last video. I use these clear plastic, I don't want to call them tackle boxes. They're from Plano, P-L-A-N-O. The good thing about these is that the rows, or like these things, you can take them out and put them back in a lot of different orders and stuff, and so you can resize the pockets. And that is excellent. I have two of these with me. One in the world? Oh, I don't know where that came from. One of them I use for all my competitive metal fight Beyblade parts, and that's this here. I'll go over this in a second. The other one I have, it's all my plastics. Had these for a long time. This is back when I first started into Beyblade when I was much younger. So I've still got a bunch of metal plastics together. So that's all of these. And I've got some more of these at home, these types of boxes that contain all of my non-competitive parts. Like, I've amassed a large collection, and a lot of the parts that come with Beyblades are just honestly aren't that good. Like, I have like one Switch 145 in here just because it came with one recently, and I don't have my non-competitive parts box with me. But like, there's no standard 130s in here. There's no upper wing 145, because let's be honest, they're not that good. And as much as I hate to say a part just doesn't have any potential, the other parts that are in here that are considered competitive just have a lot more potential at doing the exact same job as the uncompetitive parts. So, in here we've got, across the top, a bunch of metal wheels. This is where I usually keep my 0G chrome wheels. This is all 4D wheels, more 4D. These are all the things that spin left, so we got gravity, media, lightning, etc. These are the heavy clear wheels that I have. Aquarios, Curbex, Bowl. These are the lighter clear wheels that might have like a nice shape. Like Uranus is really small in radius. We got Orion, which is great on Flash. Tempo, or Herogium, which is just really good in general. I even got Crown in here just because it's nice and pointy for like clear wheel attack. It's probably a completely niche use, but it's still decent. Over here we've got all of my, like, this area is all the tips that I've got. Like, these are defensive, or not defensive, non-aggressive plastic tips. There we go. So it's a lot of the stamina tips and stuff. Like, this is W2D, SD, etc., etc. This is a big section of just wide defenses, because you get these in every Beyblade release ever. These are rubber attack tips, right rubber flat, left rubber flat. These are plastic aggressive tips, and so I got like my gear flat in here, and I had 2 circle flats over here a second ago. Where did those go? They should be in here. Oh well, I'll find them later. And then here are my rubber defensive tips. So you got rubber defense flat and coat sharp, all that. Then we get into the tracks. Down here, this one we have all of the shorter tracks, anything that's below, it's 105 or below. This is medium height, so it's like 120 to 135. This is all of the gimmicky 145 tracks, so there's a lot of them. These are all my 4D tips. I've got all my disc-like tracks in here, so boost disc 145, switch attack 165, elevator 230, spike 230, etc. And over here are all the taller tracks, anything that's taller than 145. So I got some 160s in here, of course 230, triple height 170. And then down here just some more left spin pieces, El Drago 3s, I think? I don't know what these are. I mean, I know what they are, I just don't remember what the name is. And that's that. It helps me keep really nicely organized. So, if you are interested in really getting your parts together, I would highly recommend these. Again, it's like plano cases and stuff, you can see through them and everything, so I can like look down and tell which is which. So that's really good. Then I've also got 2 of the Bay Walkers. And Hasbro released. These are pretty nice. This is a newer one from Metal Fury. And in this, I have been keeping a lot of my parts that are, like, I've got all my 0G chrome wheels in here right now just because I was messing with them a while ago. I've also got my rare Beyblades in here, like Hot Fire Hellcrebex, Phantom Orion Skeleton version. I've got my plastic combos in here that Think kindly put together for me. Black Sun, Galaxy Pegasus. Let me change the music right quick. Alright, once that guy apologize. That's better. And yeah, so that's that. And then, finally, what was the last one of these? I've got my primary Bay Walker, it's the blue one. I put stickers all over it. These are like a lot of the stickers from many of the Beyblades I've had. It's not all of them, but it's a heck of a lot of them. And yeah, it's been pretty cool having all of that. And in here is where I keep all my competitive customs that I would bring to like a tournament. Like I got my Phantom Cygnus, 85 metal flat. Got my Flash, Flash, it's not Orion anymore. This is Belzeb. I love Belzeb on Flash. It is so good. The weight distribution is literally perfect, and it looks incredible. So, I probably need to make a post about that at some point. Triple Roller, Basalt, Anti-Attack Combo, the Scythe Combo from the last video, etc, etc. There's some other goofy stuff I'm working on as well. So that's my collection. Got my amazing launcher grip here with the laser sight thing, which is amazing. Yeah, and I've got my Bay Point card from Hot Fire Hellcrebex that has some of my other stickers on it from my rare Beyblades. And I'm level 10, which I'm quite proud of. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure how much of the grip really helps. There's a lot of grip, but it looks cool. So, okay, on to the important stuff. So this is what I used to measure or keep track of all of my Beyblades, fix Beyblades and stuff, and gonna get to fixing launchers and fixing parts soon. This is a penny scale. AWS, I don't know. American Way scale. That's who I got this from. It's specifically designed for measuring currency. It's really nice. It's a pocket penny scale. So I guess I could take this with me if I ever wanted to. It weighs up to about 60 grams, which means that it won't weigh an entire Synchron Beyblade, but it measures all the other parts very accurately. It goes down to 1/100ths of a gram. So this is really, really nice for weighing light clear wheels and other important parts. So this is a really nice scale. I would highly recommend it. It makes things a lot easier for weighing stuff. And also, this I got for, the penny scale I got specifically for Beyblade. This I have for another project and has come in quite handy for Beyblade. This is a digital caliper. Calipers are these things that you can put something between them, let's measure, I don't even know. Here, let's measure this thing. So you just pinch it, and it'll read out, it's not on right now, but it'll read out the exact measurement in millimeters down to 1/100ths, or is it 1,000ths of a millimeter? Let me turn it on and find out. 1/100ths of a millimeter. So it's really accurate. Very, very useful. So, digital calipers are much better than non-digital calipers, in my opinion. They're so much more accurate. And this ran me about $20 when I got it, and it's a pretty nice one. Again, I've used it for a lot for not just Beyblade. It certainly helped in Beyblade, so it's something that I have not enjoyed having. I'm using double negative now, I'm sorry. The penny scale, I don't remember, I think that was $10, I think. It might be more than that, you have to double check. Other parts that I use, I've got a nice plier set. Lots and lots of pliers. Good for pliering. I don't know. No, they're somewhat helpful. Not as much as the other stuff, but I do use them. Oh, completely forgot about these. These are hilarious. I'm gonna have to get down into the camera frame. Yeah. Okay, we have safety goggles. Now, the fun part about these is that they have lights. Do they turn on? Oh no! Aha, there they go. Can't tell if my hair is just blocking the light. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. So yeah, they have these lights on them, and I need a haircut so badly. This allows you to I usually use these when I'm putting stickers on something, because if I'm just looking down at a piece or whatever, I can just really accurately tell where everything is and get the stickers on there and stuff. These are really helpful. My mom got these for me. Oh man, where was it from? It was from some department store. So we were going down there around Christmas time or something, and I saw those there, and I was like, okay, these are kind of cool. And so my mom got them for me, which is really nice. And so yeah, I use these quite frequently. So kind of goofy. Probably wouldn't wear these in public that often, but really helpful. Alright, let's see here. What else we got? Take this off. Okay. We have... okay. This is a very important piece that I've got. This is a jeweler's hammer. This is designed to be a lot softer on whatever you're trying to hammer. So this is plastic, both sides are plastic, and it's not very heavy at all, which is lovely. Most hammers, I mean, it's you just go, and it's really, really heavy on the front. When you're working with Beyblades, which are rather sensitive, if you want to apply pressure to something, you don't want to add too much weight to it, you don't want to hit it too hard, or it might just destroy it. So the jeweler's hammer has been incredibly useful, and we'll actually be using this in this video, because I'm going to show you guys how to fix metal face heavies and metal flats that are loose using these and some other stuff. So we'll look at that. This is a nice little stand for a little spotlight. Got this at a construction store that was going out of business. And it's come in handy a few times, not just for Beyblade, but for a lot of do-it-yourself projects. so I really like it. But for putting together Beyblade stuff and fixing things, it's been really nice. Let's see. What else? Alright, these are jeweler's screwdrivers, or computer screwdrivers, whatever you want to call them. All they are just ridiculously small screwdrivers. And they even have like a little thing on the back that free spins, so you can, in theory, like put it up against your palm and turn it. I usually find that to hurt, but whatever. So these are not useful at all for taking apart Beyblades. That's something that I really want to emphasize. This isn't the screwdriver that I usually use for taking launchers apart and all that. Specifically because it has a nice firm grip, and the screwdriver bits are much larger. With these, you will strip the screws on your launcher so quickly because you have to really torque these in order to actually get them to do anything. So you really want to take a launcher apart with a substantial screwdriver. I found this out the hard way in one of the tournaments I went to, where I was trying to find anybody that had a screwdriver so I could take apart my launcher to fix it. And that didn't ever actually happen. So, yeah, so this is the screwdriver. This also has lights on it. Whoa! I need new batteries in this thing, apparently. It's got lights on it and stuff, so you can see what you're screwdriving and everything. But, so you don't want to take Beyblades apart with these. I'm going to come back to why these are useful in a little bit, because they are very useful, and, yeah, I'll show you in a second. Okay. Oh, yes. Two more things. First off, it's a knife. Be safe at home, kids. Do not use these at home. This is a very nice knife that I got for whittling, and the reason it's good for Beyblades is because, like, just stickers in general are a lot easier to take off with this, if I ever needed to, or, I mean, just having a knife is useful in general, but be careful with knives. Like, you can cut yourself with knives very much, and if you're not careful, so only use knives with proper parental supervision. And lastly, I have this, which has been amazing. I got this at a craft store. It was for bead projects, and it's a plier, tweezer, you grab things with it. It's, it'll come to me in a minute. Basically it's just like tweezers that have a magnifying glass. So you can see what you're tweezing, pretty well, and, I actually tend to just use this without the magnifying glass because it's a little hard to see, but the fact that that's there makes it a lot bigger, so I can, like, really, like, chopstick maneuver it and stuff, and that's quite easy to do. Use these all the time for putting stickers on, especially on chrome wheels where you got all those random bumps and crap that makes getting the sticker on the right spot really difficult. This is really nice. So I've got these, and alright, so that covers all of the tools that I tend to use for Beyblades, other than literal tools. So now we're going to get into actually fixing parts. So first up is the launcher. Here we have a brand new launcher. Absolutely brand new. Which is really nice. I like it. I got this from 88 Power Pick 88, and it's black. Like, I've never had a Bay launcher this color. So I really like it. And it works really well for the most part, except, like, this prong is very tight on the Bay launcher, which is great, because I'm getting a very smooth launch out of it. However, this prong is not. It is not smooth at all. And that can either be because of two reasons. Either the grooves on the inside of the prongs are not thick enough, such that the inside gear will just always skip, or the inside gear isn't tight enough. Like, it's not pushing out enough, such that the will spin and it'll just skip the grooves. So what you can do, if your bay launcher is being really skipping a lot, you can take apart any other launcher, even like a Hasbro launcher, and take the gear parts and replace that, or replace the prongs themselves. And that will usually fix a lot of problems if you pick a combination of gear and prong that's really tight. So I know for a fact that these two are very tight, because I've been using these for a while on my old bay launcher. And these aren't. So what I'm going to do is simply take this apart. And it's very important that if you have a bay launcher LR, that both of the gears, for both the left and the right gears, are tight, because when you spin the either side, the other side is loose. It won't be as powerful as if you had tightened it. It's a good idea always to fix that. Ooh, this is gray. That's new. Okay. So yeah, it looks like these grooves are not tight enough, or not large enough, so that the gear on the inside must be skipping. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of these. These are from the bay launcher itself. Take these new ones, and the grooves are a lot bigger. So it's a lot tighter. So all I have to do is, I'm gonna put this on in the right order. You take the gear and just stick that on. And the gear is two-sided to the point where it's like the centerpiece is like only on half of the part. It just needs to be flush up against the bay launcher. So just stick that on nice and tight. If the gear part is not really tight up against the axle, it's okay. It's not as good as if it was completely tight, but some bay launchers it's just looser. So then you just put the prongs back on. And give it a whirl. Now hopefully this will have really improved it. Typically the time when you're going to really notice if your gears are skipping is if you're trying to launch synchros, like just that are really, really heavy. If the prongs are loose, you'll get a lot of skipping. It just won't be a very smooth launch. Your launch should always be very, very smooth. So hopefully that fixed it. So we'll put all these to the side and we'll get to the last part of the video, which is how to fix metal face heavies and metal flats. So now we're going to show how to fix metal face heavy and the metal flat that's loose. Now these two pieces have a very important part in common in the way that they're made. Do I have a broken one of these? Because I could show you. Darn it, I don't. Okay. The way that metal faces work, the way that they're like held together, you have the, at least the core. All I'm talking about right now is the core of the metal face heavies. You have the top of the piece, and that's like, yeah, this top of it. And on the inside you have a little metal peg, it looks like. What this is it's actually holding the top part down with a friction hold. And if your metal face heavy starts to get loose, like you can sort of move it up and down like this, and it's not keeping your pieces together as well as it could, then this friction hold has probably gotten a lot looser. And there's a way you can easily fix it. This is where these get my jeweler's hammer and these screwdrivers. I'm going to get a very small screwdriver. Let's see, that'll work. Alright. And all you have to do to make this a lot tighter is fix the friction hold. Make it a lot tighter again. The way you do that, just take your screwdriver, put it down on top of the peg, take your hammer, again, ideally a jeweler's hammer, because if you don't want to do this too hard, just hit it. You want to do this lightly, very lightly. There we go. Spectacular. Okay. It's hard to show over video, but this is a lot tighter now. Like, before this was sliding up and down a whole lot, now it's really not. And that is really good. That will help keep your Beyblade together. So, doing this might help, like, if your Beyblade is just really rattly, really loose when using a metal face. This could be part of the reason. And, again, it's a very easy fix. You just make sure when you're doing this that you're using something that's got a fine point, or a thin point, so you can get down in there and you don't apply too much pressure. Now be very careful. You have to have this part that has a thin point, and you have to push down on the peg on the inside, because if you ever, like, never ever hammer it this way, or just hammer it like that, because if you hammer the plastic, it'll flatten, and then it won't fit in your Beyblade anymore. I have learned that the hard way. So, take my advice with this. Now, in a very similar way, metal flats and a few other types of tip, they also are done with a friction hold. They have the metal tip itself, the plastic casing, and then another one of those pegs. And so, if your metal face, or your metal flat is like rattling a lot, it shouldn't be. It should be pretty flush with it. And the easy fix is just that this needs to be hammered in the same way that the metal flat did. Metal face. Just hit the peg with this. And yeah. This is completely tight now. It's not rattling at all. But this is a great temporary fix. I would highly recommend it because it just makes, especially metal flats, makes their performance a lot better if they're not rattling. So I think that's about all. Covered a bunch of stuff. Went through collections and things like that, and what types of tools are useful for fixing Beyblades. Went over a few methods for fixing metal faces and metal flats. And yeah, if you like this video, let me know, and I will hopefully make more. This will be the last video that I do for my collection and fixing parts, probably, unless I come up with something else that I really want to discuss or show. So, after this video, now that I have a launcher that's working again, I will start getting back to explaining customs and just showing customs work, some actual battles and stuff. So, again, I hope you like this video, and I'll see you guys next time.